Good morning. This is Kirsten Foss. Good morning, Rebecca. My name is Kirsten Foss, and for those of you that are joining me and don't know who I am a business coach and consultant for the salon and spa industry. And my superpower is really helping spa and salon owners strategize about their business and make a long-term strategy so that they're not feeling like they're all on their own. Which kind of leads me to today's topic. I didn't get a chance to post this in our group because I'm running around trying to get my day ready for aesthetics. I've got somebody coming in about 20 minutes. So for those of you that are just catching me because you follow me on Periscope, that's awesome. And of course, I will always post the replay in the Beauty Biz brainstorming group. So if you are not a part of that group and you are a salon or spa owner and you want to just be in a group where we're talking about spa business, ask to join on Facebook. So today I'm talking about how to cope when you're overwhelmed in your business. And this happens all the time. I get overwhelmed too. And so I come at this with a fair amount of experience. And being overwhelmed can happen, when you're starting up and everything's just flying around in your head. But especially when you've, settled some roots into your business and you realize how much responsibility being an entrepreneur is. And especially when you are a service provider, you've got this whole, if you're in the treatment room or in your chair doing services, it's pretty hard to do the juggle between owner and service provider. So really, really easy to feel overwhelmed about your business and just, have those dark nights of the soul where you're feeling like, you might have bitten off more than you can chew. And you're always going to have those. Just know that you're going to move through it and it's temporary. And sometimes we need those dark nights of the soul to push us to make decisions. And actually, I had a conversation with a spa owner yesterday, and she literally was at the end of her rope, just absolutely exhausted. She'd been keeping everything up in her head, in my opinion, just working way too hard, and she didn't need to be. But she was at the end of her rope, thinking, like, I don't even want to do this anymore. I'm exhausted and I'm fed up. So, what I wanted to share with you guys is a few ideas. Well, they're not ideas, they're things that actually really, really work well. And just kind of bring them out into the sunlight and let them see the light of day. So if you're feeling overwhelmed with your business, one of the first things that I would suggest that you look at is what kind of systems do you have in your business? Systems are kind of boring to set up. They're not so fun and sexy, and they can kind of be a drag to set up. But the thing is that when you set up your systems, a system is something that will, once you've done it once, you just follow the same path over and over again. You don't have to keep reinventing the wheel. So an example of a system that a lot of you guys do is using online booking. And another system is, say, for helping grow your business, is a client referral system. Right? So if you have a client referral system, you're not, it's a lot easier. It depends on how much you're working it, and maybe it might need some dusting off and rethinking. But a client referral system is a system set in place that is to consistently keep bringing in new clients so that there's not so much pressure to spend a lot of money on marketing. Okay, so a client referral system is a type of marketing. It's just that it's a very cost-effective way of marketing. So other systems are, making sure that if you've got a team, that you've got a policy and procedure manual and protocols. Protocols are systems. Everybody should be doing the same treatment so that your clients have consistency, right? So systems are number one. Make sure you've got systems. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, you may be missing some sort of system. Okay. If you're part of the Beauty Biz brainstorming group, or if you are on my Facebook page and you've got something in particular that you're frustrated with, pop it in the group, pop that thing in the group, and I will suggest a system for you to look at and implement. Okay. So the other thing that makes things easier, and it kind of goes along with systems, but not always, is technology and getting comfortable with technology. And so this morning I was helping Rebecca, or actually last night I was helping Rebecca create an image for Instagram and how to create a post quite easily. And one of the pieces of technology that I use all the time in my business is canva.com. And it's not an app on your phone. It's something that you have to use on your desktop. But once you've downloaded it, you can send it to your phone. It's just so easy. So that's a piece of technology that makes things easier for you. So if you're thinking like, oh, social media is just the amount of time it's taking me to create something, and I don't know how to create it, get on canva.com and start playing around with it. And the thing with technology is you just have to play with it and get used to it. Honestly, I know I'm pretty techie, but I taught myself how to do all of it. I taught myself how to do screen recording. I've taught myself everything, and I've just Googled it. How do I blah, blah, blah. So, if you're not a techie and technology kind of makes you feel uncomfortable, it's probably time just to start getting comfortable, because it's not going away. In fact, it's really in its beginning stages. So, for those of you that aren't comfortable with technology, which kind of would be interesting if anybody's watching this who's not comfortable with technology, because Periscope is something that's quite new. However, I do upload my Periscopes to YouTube, so maybe somebody who is comfortable enough using YouTube may see this. So anyways, technology will make your life easier. A little bit of a learning curve at first, but once you get the hang of it, it makes things so much easier. And the last little point I want to make about when you're feeling overwhelmed in your business is to incorporate everyday little luxuries. And, a luxury doesn't mean, you go on a shopping spree. This doesn't mean that you book yourself into the spa for a day. I'm talking little luxuries that fill up your tank, that fill up your emotional tank. Give me some hearts if you're needing some emotional, energetic fill up, because I do this. I give myself little everyday luxuries every day, because I know if I don't, I'm just going to peter out and I end up feeling cranky. And if I let that go on too long, I feel burnt out. So my little everyday luxuries, one of my favorite ones is getting some coffee and taking it back to bed when I wake up. I love that. I know one of my clients, I told her I did that, and she was like, you take your coffee to bed in the morning? And my reaction, that's your favorite thing too? Oh, it's so good, Rebecca. My reaction to her was like, oh, are you kidding? Take the paper back to bed with a cup of coffee and just stay there for like half an hour. It just feels so luxurious. I get to slowly kind of come to the surface. I usually get my coffee. Sometimes my hubby even brings it to me in bed because he usually leaves for work early. And I just get on my phone and I start checking out what's been happening on social media and, maybe do a few replies, depending on how awake I am. But that's one of my little everyday luxuries. Another little everyday luxury is, making myself, I've got a little cappuccino machine at home, and I serve my clients cappuccinos, especially in the winter when they have their pedicures. So I'll maybe in the afternoon just make myself a little cappuccino and maybe read one of the People magazines I get for my clients here. That's to me or I'll make a cup of tea and use a pretty teacup. That's a little luxury that fills me up in my day. Going for a walk in nature, just being in nature, even if it's at least as a park, nature is so healing and so nourishing to our souls. There's so many everyday little luxuries. It's really quite a personal thing. But I'm sure if you thought about, what could you do for, 20 minutes a day, that's just your time to fill up. Maybe it's taking a book and curling up under the covers on the couch, like bring a blanket on the couch. I know some of this is hard if you've got really little kids, but you really do have to make a point to give yourself something every day, something small. Otherwise, you're just going to burn out. And then you're no good to anybody. You're no good to your business. You're no good to your team. You're no good to your clients. You're no good to your family. And you're no good to your friends if you're just absolutely tapped out and have nothing left. And I have seen plenty of salon and spa owners who are absolutely in burnout mode. And that's really difficult to come back from. That means your adrenals are probably just fried. It takes a lot to come back from a burnout. And I just would hate for you to feel that way. So there's my 3 tips for helping to cut overwhelm in your business. So using systems in your business, getting really comfortable with technology, teach yourself, just Google, how do I blah, blah, blah. And the third one was to find everyday luxuries and to embrace those. Just one little thing every day, just to fill yourself up. You got to be good to yourself. And hey, we are in the, caring for others business. And we are usually like the plumber with the leaky sink, and we're the last ones to care for ourselves. So, you got to practice what you preach. Don't just tell people that they need to relax and you ignore that for yourself. Not cool. Not good. Okay. Anyways, you guys have a great day. I have a Brazilian and a pedicure to get started with my day. And yeah, we'll talk to you tomorrow, probably around the same time, because I've got a full day tomorrow. I don't think I can do a Periscope midday. So sometime between 8:30, 8:45, I'll be popping on tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. See you later.